It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso. It's not just the ordinary Friday. It's a Bri day. It's a Friday dance kind of day. It's a Fry-yay kind of Friday. But thank you so much for tuning in this morning.
Yeah.
Exactly. So one thing that we are talking about on the show today is championing gender rights. And of course, talking about equal rights in the workplace, gender rights, equality rights, of course. It's been a massive topic coming out of 2018, now into 2019. It's a fight that we want to continue and make sure that we don't stop, because I think equality in the workplace is something that is very much lacking.
So it's an important conversation. You're right to say that. Now, I'm liking that we're starting to have more and more of this conversation. I mean, if you go on social media, people are so much more aware and so much more conscious of gender roles, gender equality, and what the traditional sort of spectrum of that is, and what it actually should ideally look like. And we're starting to engage each other on this. And what a time! What a time!
I love that. So just to introduce this topic of On the Basis of Sex, it's a biopic film that was basically chronicling the early legal career of U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and starring Felicity Jones in the lead role, puts under a sharp spotlight the global struggle for women's rights and gender equality that's been experienced throughout history. Now, in light of the film's recent opening, we would like to honor a few women who have challenged and bested women's rights and gender equality as well. So it's a logical, of course, it is logical, of course, to start with the iconic hero at the forefront of the biopic, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and it's only the second woman to be named to the U.S. Supreme Court. Can you believe that?
I cannot believe it.
Can you believe that? Only the second woman. So while caring for her husband, Marty, who was suffering with testicular cancer alongside their infant daughter, she attended both his and her law classes at Harvard, ultimately helping him to graduate and join a law firm after making a complete recovery.
That is absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Now, despite...
Levels.
Yes, absolutely, levels there. And then, of course, eventually winning seats on both the Columbia and Harvard Law Reviews, an unprecedented achievement for any student, either male or female. She still found her sex a barrier to career advancement, which is obviously shocking. Now, through perseverance, she joined law firms, co-founded the first law journal in the U.S. devoted to gender equality issues. She wrote the first textbook on sex discrimination law. She established and continues to maintain a hard-earned reputation as a leading advocate for equal citizenship status for men and women.
Sure. So to bring it back home, the formation of the Federation of South African Women, or FEDSAW, in 1954 was the collective culmination of years attempting to establish a broad-based women's organization. The brainchild of political activist Ray Simons, she drew in other women like Lillian Ngoyi, Helen Joseph, and Amina Kachalia to form the steering committee, organizing scores of public demonstrations throughout the 50s. Their crowning achievement was the unprecedented 20,000 strong march of women to the Union buildings on the 9th of August, 1956.
Ah, man, the amount of work that's been done by powerful women, strong women who take it in their own hands to go out there and make their voices heard is just incredible. These are just some of the many global female champions who have fought for gender equality and equal rights in all levels of society. And they've displayed the strength that comes in the numbers of people in solidarity, which we absolutely love. You can let us know who your ultimate icon for gender equality activism is on our social media pages by using the hashtag Expresso Show and the handle @Expresso Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Exactly. So we have got a little bit of a competition now on the topic of women who have advocated for gender equality. Focus Features have just released a biographical legal drama based on the life and cases of American Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a pioneer in establishing gender equality rights in America. The film begins with her early life as one of 9 female students accepted into Harvard Law School, the struggles that she faced trying to find work as a female attorney, and her first major case that put her on the map.
Now, the film is honest. It's an honest look at the lives of one of the most influential and powerful women in the world. You can watch the film, which is currently showcasing across cinemas across the country. And if you're still not convinced, she's the star of the film, or here's the star of the film, rather, Felicity Jones, on Ruth Bader Ginsburg and the importance of the film.
A lot of the time, she's a woman who's ahead of her time. She's someone who constantly found that
the stuff wasn't happening in the way it should be, and it was as though she was, you know, she was 20 years ahead of the time that she was in. And it's a very true portrait of her working life and her family life.
Wow, that's absolutely awesome. Expresso is going to be giving away 10 special editions on the basis of 6 Kindles to 10 lucky viewers.
All you need to do is answer the question on our competition post on Facebook. What's the question, Zoe?
It is, which woman in your life inspired you and why? That is the competition post on Facebook. The competition will close on Sunday, the 3rd of Feb at 12 o'clock. Those T's and C's can also be found on our website. That's expressoshow.com.